I don't want to completely write off the things that Liz Cheney at least has done in this situation. She knew she was going to lose her seat because of this, because of her participation in the January 6th committee that's exposing all this. But maybe that 7% of her difference between Donald Trump and her voting record, it entails things like continuing to not allow a lawless, corrupt former president to run roughshod over all of democracy. And the fact that that's something that gets you kicked out of the party, and then maybe the only thing left for you is this presidential run. Sadly, the people that are gonna help her, and I don't know where it's gonna land, is the MSNBCs, the CNNs, and I guess general national ABC, NBC, and NBC normal news that you'll see the nightly news talk about, because she's a big name and people will forget. I remember that Cheney name in the White House, but they forget why they remember that Cheney name in the White House. I think it's gonna work to a degree. I don't think she's gonna make it as far as she hopes, or maybe it'll be a couple cycles of this. But this definitely looks like the next step for her. She kind of teased it. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, absolutely. She said in her concession speech, Lincoln was defeated in elections for the Senate and House before he won the most important election of all. Okay, this is someone with huge political aspirations, but let's keep in mind a lot of people who are analysts on MSNBC and CNBC are people who had political aspirations as well. But they're super disconnected from the public. They have no idea what the people want. And so of course, let's just give them a voice in media instead. Sounds perfectly fine to me. It's par for the course for American politics.
I'm trying to think of the Missouri politician. She's a Democrat, she's super establishment. She lost and now she's on MSNBC. I've been trying to remember it all morning and I can't even look her up because I'm trying to remember her name. But she was one of the ones who was pushing all the normal establishment policies, and people floated once she loses, she's gonna go.
Claire McCaskill?
Claire McCaskill. She's gonna go end up on MSNBC, and look at her on MSNBC. I don't know if Liz Cheney doesn't seem like that type of former politician if she goes that route. But there's always those opportunities are always lined up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now Jen Psaki taking the similar course as well, right? This was someone who was supposed to be telling the story of the Biden administration to reporters. I will never forget how she reported on the early days of the war in Ukraine, when we had so many members of the press asking about a no-fly zone, her ambiguous responses. She dealt with some of it kind of well, but let's keep in mind that the role of the American media for so long has been to bolster support for US interventions abroad. So it's super concerning when you have people who are really good at towing that line and giving careful messages, then going into media. Also, not to mention what she knows about what's going on in the White House.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.